Hi everybody, I wanted to jump on here really quickly and talk about this whole Puffy situation, specifically Quincy Brown, who Puffy raised as his own, and how he's living under pressure and fear of the fact that his real father, Albie Shore, who claims that Kim Porter was unalive by P. Diddy, and how at the end of the day, Quincy's very much frightened of Diddy, and how this could be the cause of Quincy's deep depression. Now, I have read the entire autopsy report, and I hate to say it, but at this point, I believe Albie Shore. But before we get into it, I want to go back a little bit and just let you guys the things that have happened to Puffy in the past so you can see exactly what Quincy is dealing with. Now, according to the rumors, back in 1990, before he started Bad Boy Records, there was a woman named Liz Gardner. And she claims that Puffy and the singer Aaron Hall from the group Guy, her and her friend after a music industry party. Then, when she confronted him about the situation, he put a hands on her for several days. And this is way before he became a mogul. Now, according to Liz, she was very fearful of coming forward. He had already put hands on her, and she was fearful what else could happen if she came forward. However, years later, Aaron Hall ironically alludes to the situation in an interview.
Can't no out there say that she handled my shit. My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp, it's just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall III. My father's is Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers. And my whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no trick shit about Aaron Hall, then you understand that Let's Chill shit is some real shit. You know, a whole lot of girls out there with the umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s. Yeah. You know what I mean? They try to go up there with the, and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical dick.
Yeah.
They me or something.
That's right.
And they me. Oh, when you put Aaron's on it, when you for 3 days and take the hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But a whole lot out there from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm a to death. I like the in public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So can't say nothing about it. Them square precious cake little
Yeah.
I like for them see how like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house, they all see me.
According to the rumors, this all happened while Puffy was an intern at Uptown Records. But then, as if that wasn't bad enough, the following year, in 1991, there was a woman named Joy Dickerson. Now, according to Joy, who was only 19 at the time, she went on a date with Puffy. And after the date, he R'd her. Not only did he R her, he videotaped it. Then he passed the videotape around the office for others to see, passing it around as if she was the liar. And while all this was going on, his career was steady thriving, to the point that his ego was out of control. According to Andre Harrell, his ego was so big that he had to fire him because he just wasn't listening to anybody. He knew it all.
He began having issues with his bosses. Diddy and Andre Harrell had several disagreements about what direction to take their artists. Diddy was very vocal about his ideas, and whenever he and Andre have different ideas, this would lead to a back and forth between the two of them. Diddy used to get quite pissed whenever he didn't get his way.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
So I told Puff he needs to go and create his own opportunity. You red hot. I'm really letting you go so you can get rich.
Now, the rumor is that Puffy wasn't down for long. He actually got a new deal. This is when he created Bad Boy Records through Clive Davis. Now, rumor has it, Diddy had to do some favors in order to get Bad Boy Records up and started. Now, during this time, nobody knew that Clive Davis was bisexual. He kept that hidden until years later.
In the mid-'80s, I opened myself up to the possibility that I could have a relationship with a man.
Now, rumor has it, the affair between Diddy and Clive lasted for many, many years. So much so, it just became a thing in the business. They all saw how Clive adored P. Diddy. So anyway, Clive goes into business with Diddy and he creates Bad Boy Records. And from the very beginning, Bad Boy Records became a force to reckon with. It became a powerhouse in the business with people like Craig Mack, the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, The Lox, Faith Evans. With a roster like that, he could do no wrong. And it kind of went to his head, to be quite honest. He felt that he could do whatever he wanted to do. So in 1986, he was at a nightclub, sitting in the VIP section, and there was a photographer named Shane Emenizer who took a photo of him. And Diddy didn't want his photo taken. So he sends his bodyguards, him and the bodyguards, they go over to Shane and really rough him up. And not only that, they said it was P. Diddy that pulled a GUN out on him. Shane actually sued P. Diddy, and P. Diddy was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer. Diddy had to pay a fine, and that was it. No one brought it up ever again. Nobody was fazed that he pulled out a GUN. It's just as if it didn't happen. In 1998, this was the first time he threw one of his all-white parties in the Hamptons. It also was the first time that he had the freak off. Now, according to the rumors, you could stay for the first half of the party where they're just, it's a regular party, or you could stay afterwards for the freak off. And this was known. Everybody knew about these freak offs. The public didn't know, but if you're an insider, you knew. Now, let's fast forward to 1999 when Diddy actually beat up a man named Steve Stout. Now, Steve Stout was a friend of Puffy's that, according to the rumors, even went to the freak-offs. However, they got into a dispute over business, and Puffy got real upset. And he actually put hands on this man. They said that he used a telephone. They said he used a champagne bottle and a chair. Puffy was arrested and charged with 2 felonies, second-degree assault and criminal mischief. And they also said that Puffy was facing some serious time. Until Puffy got to him and offered him $500,000 if he drops the charges. Steve took the $500,000 and tried to get the charges dropped. The DA didn't drop it completely. He just gave him a lesser charge of harassment. Now, that same year was the infamous night where P. Diddy, J-Lo, and the rapper Shine all went to a nightclub. According to the witnesses, Diddy gets into a confrontation with a friend of Shine who went by the name Scar. The witnesses will go on to say that P. Diddy pulled out a GUN and fired first and ultimately shot a woman in the face named Natanya Rubin.
Let me tell you why that's of utmost importance to me. Because I am the woman who he shot in the face in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York shooting. I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery to take the bullet. I got shot in my face with a 9mm hollow point bullet.
Now, the rumors are Diddy paid for Shine's defense. However, they said that he intentionally picked bad attorneys for Shine and had a team of lawyers defend him, which include the famous lawyer Johnny Cochran. They also said that Diddy paid off cops and witnesses. Basically, he got himself out of trouble and was acquitted. That left Shine to take the rap for him, and he ultimately got sentenced to 10 years behind bars. Now, let's fast forward to 2000, when Puffy's working on his MTV show called Making the Band. And he's working with 2 groups, Danity Kane, I love Danity Kane, and another group called Day 26. According to the rumors, it was both Danity Kane and Day 26 and other people who said that Puffy and Aubrey were having an affair. Now, Aubrey never admitted to the affair, but she did say that she was fired because he wanted her to do some things that she didn't want to do. And I'm just going to say one word, freak-offs. Now, those were the rumors, and I don't blame them. I don't want to do no freak-off with you either. And I kind of agree with Aubrey. If I don't want to do something, you're just going to have to fire me because I'm not going to do it. No means no. In 2001, a local TV host whose name is Roger Mills sued him for assault, false imprisonment, destruction of property, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and civil conspiracy. Basically, these 2 people got into an argument and it turned physical. He took Diddy to court, and as always, the jury voted in Diddy's favor. In '03, a woman came forward and said that Diddy, Harv Pierre, and a third unidentified man her in a recording studio, and at the time, she was only 17 years old. In 2005, he actually met Cassie for the first time. He signed her to a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Entertainment. Shortly after that, this is when the DV began. Now, I'm not going to go over everything that Cassie experienced because we've heard this a lot ever since the case came out. However, I do think it's important to note that one time Cassie had to go to the hospital because she was experiencing memory loss. And the doctors had to report back to Diddy about her condition. Now, he's not next of kin. These doctors just willingly shared information with him, and they weren't supposed to. But this is how controlling he is. So I want to make a note of that because it plays a part in the Kim Porter part. Okay, so just hang on, we're getting to Kim. In '07, Lorianne Gibson filed a complaint against. Now, we all seen this fight between Lorianne and Puffy go down on camera when they were filming Making the Band. But MTV couldn't air it the way that it really went down because according to the police report, it got very physical. In the police report, it says that he actually went after Lorianne with a chair. Let's fast forward to 2012 when Cassie was trying to get out of the relationship with him and start dating Kid Cudi. Now, we have all heard this story where he actually blew up Kid Cudi's car with the threat that next time you will be in that car. Now, let's fast forward to 2015 when Justin went to UCLA and played football there. Rumors are that Diddy was going around acting like he was a coach. He would be on the field. He would call plays. Until one day, the coach took his son, Justin, out the game because that's what coaches are allowed to do. They are allowed to say who's going to play and who's not going to play. However, when he took Justin out the game, the rumors are P. Diddy lost it.
A motorcade leaving UCLA campus transporting Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, to the men's central jail in downtown LA after campus police say Diddy was arrested for assaulting one of UCLA's football coaches with a kettlebell, a type of weight. Police say Diddy is facing 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of making terrorist threats, and 1 count of battery.
Now, the rumors are that Diddy was facing some very serious time. And I'm pretty sure at this point you can guess what happened next. Yes, Diddy paid him off. UCLA and the coach decided to take the money and drop the charges. And then after that, he posted this picture of the football team with the caption that says, "We won." Now let's fast forward to 2018 when Kim Porter passes away suddenly at the age of 47. Now, according to a man named Ed Winter, he was the first coroner to do a report on Kim. And in his autopsy report, he says that Kim lost her life due to poisoning. So he labeled her death a homicide. He also said that he had to report his findings back to Diddy, who is not next of kin. He did the same thing to Kim that he did to Cassie. He has all of their doctors report back to him. And they do it for whatever odd reason it is. They do it. So after Ed finds out his findings, he reports them to Diddy that she didn't die of natural causes. Yeah, she was sick, but she was feeling better. So after he tells Puffy, this is what's in the report, these are my findings, he gets fired the next day after 35 years of being in the business. That's when he realizes, allegedly, that he was fired because of his findings and P. Diddy didn't want that out there. So they fire him and bring another coroner in who mysteriously ignores all of the other findings that Ed found. And he labels the cause of death a pneumonia. So he goes around pleading with judges to reopen the case so he can prove that this wasn't pneumonia. She had poison in her system. And he was very specific on the type of poison that was used. So the judge decides to reopen the case. So he was prepared to go to court to talk about what type of poison it was and how it works. However, he wasn't allowed to do that because he died a couple days later. Now, is that a coincidence or is it a cover-up? Now, this is something very, very important to take notes about. The minute that Al B. Shore found out that Kim had passed away of a pneumonia, this is what he posted. Now, at the very bottom of this posting, it says, I do know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS. Really? Question mark. This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in a fantastic health, as well as laughing, seeing me and Diddy mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here. Now, he didn't say anything more about it publicly, but according to the rumors, he talked to his son Quincy about his suspicions. Now, this put Quincy in a very awkward position because Diddy has always been the father figure in his life, even when Al wasn't. But now he's in an awkward position because basically what's going on is people are going around saying that he unalived your mother, the person that you loved most on this earth. They said that Quincy was very, very, very close to Kim and is still mourning her passing to this very day. They're saying this is weighing on him heavily, and this is what's leading to depressions, among other things, like losing your mother. They're also saying that he's scared to confront Puffy about the things that his real biological father, Al B. Shore, has told him. And with Puffy's history that we just went over, I would be scared too. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even bring it up because we don't know what P. Diddy's reaction is going to be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time, bye for now.